Here's how I hacked Reddit and got over 1 million views for my startup. Reddit is great from two perspectives, and especially in going into 2025. The first one is that Google is now starting to pick up on Reddit threads a lot and pushing them to the top of the search algorithms, meaning if you post on Reddit or comment on popular Reddit threads, you will be able to capture a lot of traffic from Google and the search engines that are also now being trained on Reddit. And the second thing is that people actually go to Reddit for transparent advice. A lot of people will actually Google, question, and add Reddit at the end to get transparent advice when they, for example, buy software or similar. They don't want a blog post that's sponsored, they want real advice from real people, and that's what they get on Reddit. And the thing with Reddit is also that you will tap into existing demand, meaning people that actually look for solutions actively and are asking the community for help. At a growth a deal, she actually used Reddit a lot in their journey as well, and they're one of the fastest growing B2B SaaS in the world. That's why Reddit is awesome for B2B SaaS, and you should be active on Reddit if you aren't already. So here are 3 ways to actually go in there and interact on Reddit. Comments, meaning you comment on an existing post or thread on Reddit. The second way is posts. So you essentially start a new thread on Reddit where other people can see this in a subreddit and follow along and comment on that thread. The third one is DMing people. And that's not something I will go into as much. I have received a ton of those DMs. They're often not very genuine, and it's not a great way to plug your solution directly. However, commenting on posts, joining in on relevant conversations is something that can be super powerful. You can find leads at the right time, meaning people will ask for example, solutions to an HR problem that they might have. Well, then you can plug your solution as part of a value add comment on that post. The person will see it maybe 5 minutes after asking that question, meaning they are really relevant in terms of timing. Oftentimes you will see demos coming into your calendar a minute after you add that comment to that post. How do you find those relevant posts, you might ask though? Well, you can do it in 2 ways. I've done it manually a lot, meaning you can just search for your keywords. So maybe you have 5-10 keywords. For example, HR tool, HR software, best HR software, HR alternative software to your competitor. And then you put the search term and you filter on, for example, weekly or daily. So you just get the relevant posts. And then you essentially jump in there and add to the conversations. And remember, add value, not just plug your solution, and people will appreciate you instead of hating you. And the second way to find relevant posts is through alert tools. So there are some alert tools. For example, F5bot is one that is free. I've used that quite a bit, and that's a way to essentially do this automatically. So you'll get an email every time someone mentions a keyword in your space. And some ways that you can successfully use comments to get deals and demos for your SaaS is essentially adding some value to an existing topic, right? So for example, if someone is looking to get started with webinar software, you can recommend some common things to look out for so they will be happy when they choose a tool. For example, they might look for branding, they should be able to handle the attendees well and look for some engagement tools. Well, then you can also plug that your solution actually does a few of these things and can be worth looking into when they decide the tool. And also if they add questions on similar tools, so let's say they ask questions about Zoom, about things they might not be able to do in Zoom, then you can plug your solution and say that, well, there are solutions out there that can do this. In that way, you add value to the conversation while still putting some awareness out that there are tools for this and you are one of them. That's how I have personally booked a ton of demos from Reddit and also signed deals from Reddit as well. Now I'll go into how you can leverage posts with 4 examples of posts that I've written that gone viral on Reddit. Now you can then leverage them to kind of get exposure for your SaaS and learn more about your ideal customer. So posting is essentially starting entirely new conversations on Reddit. You should choose the specific subreddits, meaning sub-communities that you want to get exposure in. So choose those depending on your ideal customer. It could be, for example, if you're targeting an marketing persona, it could be the marketing subreddit, maybe the SaaS subreddit. Well, there are a ton of them out there. The first one is the Relatable Post. This one has gotten me over 118,000 views on Reddit. So things can really take off quickly if you do things right. This post is about sharing something relevant with the subreddit that they can relate to, and then adding an open question to it. We ask people for advice or maybe rant about the familiar topic that get other people fired up as well. The second one is the guide post. This is about sharing helpful learnings of something that you have tried that the community might benefit from, either avoiding doing costly mistakes or setting some inspiring examples. For example, I shared how I got, during a 1-month experiment, I got over 10,000 followers on TikTok. So I basically shared that very transparently, exactly how I did it, for a relevant growth hacking community on Reddit, where people also work with webinars as one way. And then I kind of got a lot of attention for my SaaS company, and people wanted to hear more about what I did. The third one is the conversation starter post. This one got over 300,000 views. Essentially, this is about sparking some conversation with others and learn from them. And this post can be very helpful as they leverage the power of the community. I encourage everyone to chip in with their value and thoughts, and you are once again associated with this value that is being created. And with lots of comments, the post will gain visibility and take it to the top of Reddit and the Google search page, for example, and things like showing up in generative search as well, with, for example, OpenAI and others training on Reddit data. Fourth one is a very effective one, and this is the story post. I see this quite frequently nowadays on Reddit. This is about telling a story about your startup or a problem that you're solving. Give some tips, a lot of learnings, and then a small part of this can actually be that you plug your startup. So you now realize that Reddit might be a good idea to start out with for your B2B SaaS. It's a great place to plug your startup and spark conversations to learn more about your ideal customer. Here are 5 steps that you can take to actually start to become a contributor on Reddit and get value out of the community. So the first one is to find relevant subreddits. Essentially, here you identify subreddits that are both big enough and that are relevant for your ideal customer. All the subreddits have a bit different rules, so make sure you learn the rules of the subreddits you want to contribute in. The second one is becoming a contributor. Don't be a passive consumer of content. That will not get you any exposure for both you or your startup. I would recommend to start out by commenting and upvoting posts that you like, and then go into posting on your own. This will also build your karma, meaning the kind of credibility you have on your account. So how many people have upvoted your content, essentially. And remember, people and Redditors love to talk about themselves and give advice. So utilize that and ask open questions, and you'll see that karma go up as well. And don't be afraid to be kind of transparent. I'm new to this, and I don't know exactly how things work, but I've tried my best, and here is my shot at this. And you will get a lot of love from the community. The third one is to use an alert tool. I would recommend to automate things and, for example, check out F5bot to monitor Reddit to go into the most relevant conversation and be the first one in there. Number 4 is buckle up. Reddit can be ruthless. Don't be discouraged if you don't get a ton of upvotes, if you maybe get downvoted hard sometimes. You really have to take those L's to learn and kind of tweak things and find the right tonality. And number 5, shoot your shot and play by the rules. So don't post direct links, don't be spammy, and don't talk in corporate. Talk like a human would. So to summarize things, Reddit is a way underrated channel for growing a B2B SaaS. It's still not very saturated. You can consistently get millions of views that turn into leads and deals for your startup. I've done it myself, I'm doing it, and it's awesome. Also, if you're into building and growing SaaS companies, I would not want to miss out on this video where I talk about how to build in public, and I give 10 examples of how people like myself, Mark Liu and Adam Robinson grow million-dollar companies using founder-led content and building public. So check out that, and I'll see you in the next one.